Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, I'm gonna get the situation set up. If you're with me, then you're here. Let's see. How do I get this shared? I would normally be louder, but there's people sleeping. Situation set up. And that's how it goes. If you're with me, then you're here. Okay. Let's see. Free agent official. I'm gonna post this. I'll be active on chat. So if you are here live, then you'll get to hear how all this goes down. All right, so let's get into the sheets. Yellow means that I've already transferred it over to the office satisfaction calculator. I'll kind of just talk about this as I go through it so that you can see why the players made the decisions that they made. But there is one offer that came in today, so I thought that I would leave that as the example of how I've been doing this. So we go into the office satisfaction, we go like that. Um, Here, just for this is the timestamp. I'll give a quick overview. This is the timestamp of when different teams put their offers in. You can see that I put mine in first. These are the players that offers went in. There were 42 offers that came in. This is the salary per year minimum. This is whether or not you're applying your 3.5 million available signing bonus. This is for accounting purposes. This is the calculator. So today Alberta put in on Taz, whoever that is. Come in here, round one. Let's look up Taz. There's Taz, McColshik, McColashak. So we go like this. Wait, actually, that we don't need to do that. We just need to come over, double check this is round. Come over here. Make sure you're on the right line. We're going to copy that into here. And then we also need over here, we need the player's loyalty through greed. This is not a very loyal player. And we go like that. We need to cross-reference the actual offer itself, which was 3 years, $3 million. So we go here, we go three, we go three. This is the offer actual per year at the top versus the expected. To get the expected, we come back over here and get this, put it there. This was Alberta. Alberta was a 1-win team last season. We put that in. Never played for Alberta before. And then we're going to drag and drop our scores. The score is reference to the satisfaction rating. It's a formula on a formula. So we'll just drag these formulas down. 42 loyalty score, terrible winner score. Alberta's not a very good team, wasn't a very good team last year. Greed score, not real high. This offer, I guarantee you, is going to be rejected. So over here, we got to cross-reference free agency official rules. See here, round one, satisfaction rating must exceed 50 base points to be accepted. These are the satisfaction ratings per player and all of the offers that have been submitted. each one that has been rejected, typically you can point to a reason why, based on the ratings and based on the offer. We'll go through every single offer. So here we go. First offer put in is Daryl Lloyd. Chicago offered a big old $10.5 million over 5 years to Mr. Lloyd, with an officer satisfaction rating of 78.56. What we need to do now is we need to look at all the offers that Daryl Lloyd got. So we got one here. We're going to go down looking for Daryl Lloyd, and I know that Pittsburgh put in for Daryl Lloyd. Any other Daryl Lloyd offers? Let's do a quick search. Daryl. Yep, one more. Nope. Oh, yep, one more. Muncie put in on Daryl Lloyd also. So Chicago offered $10.5 million over 5 years. Lloyd's got that big old loyalty there, so he wants long deals. Pittsburgh put in a 1 year deal, which explains why their offer satisfaction rating at the 1 at base salary didn't meet a player that's got 70 greed. He wants to be paid more than base salary. He's got 88, which is high loyalty. Winner, we'll get to that later because Winner's going to win Pittsburgh a deal in a minute. And then you had the Muncie deal, which was 3 for 7.5, which was just base salary, mid-range, mediocre deal, 36.07. And Chicago wins Daryl Lloyd. So we go back over here. We're going to write 1. We're going to write rejected. And we are going to write rejected. For keeping track of this, we're going to go through like this. Highlight these red. Oops. Highlight this one green. And when I'm all done, I'll put your players on your teams. And we'll do this again. Chicago had another offer. $5 million, 7.5 for Fritz Lee Jones. Fritz Lee Jones is a Legend Bowl winner. Highly touted player. He's got 85 loyalty, 49 winner, and 31 greed. So what he wants most of all is a long contract. So I put in a big old deal, 5 years, 7.5. We had 77.52. It was a pretty good offer rating, but Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's right, Beavers. I did get Lloyd. We're going 3-4 defense. Lloyd is a nose tackle if I've ever seen one. One of the strongest players out there. He's not very fast, but I just need him to be an anchor in the middle of the line, and I want to let my fast running backs do the work, or from the running backs, linebackers. Yeah. All right, let's do a quick Fritz. Looks like we had 3 deals on Fritz. I'm going to tell you right now that Pittsburgh won it. Wichita, sorry, bro. Fritz did not like your offer at all. 3 years, $5 million. He said no thank you to that. But he said yes, please, to 5 years, 10.5 in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's winner, that 90 winner, we had pretty much, we both maxed out greed as a score. But Fritz just liked their team a little bit more, and that bonus did the work. Long story short, oops, don't want to do that. Long story short, Fritz Lee Jones did not accept Chicago's offer. They did not accept Wichita's mediocre offer. They did We'll do accept and reject just for the accepted and rejected. Gotti. I did. I did. I wanted, yeah, Chicago went defense. All right. That's a no here, a yes down there, and a no here. Let's keep going. We got a lot to get through. We got Bernie Yarborough next. Yarborough's offer satisfaction. Let's go ahead and get him up. Two offers on Yarborough. Green Bay offered 4 by 7. Chicago offered 5 by 7. The difference here. Let's go down. Let's go over and check out the tail of the tape. The difference here is Chicago on winner and Chicago on loyalty. Um, and Chicago on greed. You only wait. What did you 4 by 7? Oh, you used your bonus too. 66 to 77. I mean, here we are. So Bernie, hey man, we had one more. We made the playoffs. We had 2 more wins than you. Yeah, I see you whipping up a response. Well, yeah, I mean, we offered the same amount. I had one more year, and I was a little bit better of a team. Really close deal. Dino Childers is next. Dino had 3 offers. My offer on Dino didn't even meet the threshold, so I'm out. And the other 2 are another one that didn't meet the threshold, which was Regina and Vegas, which offered a humongous deal. 3 years, 13.5 million. Yeah, you did beat me twice. That's 100% true. First time you beat me, right? 3 by 13.5. 3 by 7.5. So 3 by 7.5 wasn't good enough. Didn't meet the mark. 4 by 5 obviously wasn't good enough if 3 by 7.5 wasn't good enough. And so obviously the 13.5 million over 3 years gets the golden goose and a super high, the highest satisfaction rating that we've seen so far. So Vegas gets Dino Childers. And Regina does not. All right, Chicago. Tayon Huxley, as far as I know, I'm the only person who offered on him. So I get Huxley because his satisfaction rating for the contract, which was 2 years, 4 million. He was hoping for 2 million at that, so I doubled up on his salary and I came in up over here. Um, Players are going to get easier to sign next round because their expected salaries drop by 25%, um, which means that offers that didn't work this round might work next round. So if you didn't, if you were close, you might not have to move much. I'd say, honestly, I'd say copy the calculator and play around with it. It's really intuitive when you start to see how players soft trades play into the deals that they like and don't like. Um, okay, so Huxley is an accepted here. Huxley is a fast linebacker. Go figure. Chicago is doing something really specific this year. Oh, God damn it. Why you reminded me about that? Yeah, you're right. it was the playoffs. But then I got you twice the next year, right? Isn't that how that went? Yeah. And then you got me twice last year. Something like that. Okay, let's look at Milan Brooks. Brooks is the next that came in. We had two offers on Brooks. Alberta, I'm sorry, man. Your offer is, it sucks to be a one-win team. I'll just say that. So the question is, well, here's the thing though. He didn't like New York's either. So Brooks is going to end up going back to the free agent pile. And so let's look at, like why is that? He's got a 66 loyalty that's above 50. It's on the higher side. He wants long contracts. New York offered a 1 year contract. He's not greedy, so it really wasn't about that. And in fact, his greed score of 110, like obviously 4 million over, 2 million ask is you're going to max out that. Like he doesn't really care that much though. That's the problem. Like had a really high greed score, but he doesn't really care about the money. It's not about the money for Milan Brooks. It's all about loyalty and a winning team. Winning team, you're fine. That's not the big deal. It's about the length of the contract. And in fact, if you watch this, if you have a 5 year contract instead of a 1 year contract, look at what happens with Brooks's his offer satisfaction because loyalty is the driving force of his decision making. So, hot tip: pay attention to soft traits when you're offering. Same thing down here. That's the same problem with this offer. Alberta, 1 year versus 5 year. Now here's the deal. You only offered 2 million, right? He offered 4. He's a better team. So, like, let's see what would happen if you offered 4 over 5. You're still not quite going to get there. How high do you have to go? 5? Yeah, it's not about the money. Remember, it's about the loyalty. So the problem is with Alberta, this dude just doesn't want to sign with you. So now here's the thing: by the third round, although let's see, hold on, let me go back. Over 40, that offer works in round 2. Let's see, but you only offer 1 by 2, for real? Yeah, you only offer 1 by 2. He did not like that offer. He's like, no, thank you. It's not about the money. Thanks for the extra $500,000, but your team sucks. And in round 1 of free agency, I'd like to go to the team that went to the playoffs last year, went to the Legend Bowl last year most of all. But unfortunately, their offer kind of sucks too because they also want to keep me for 1 year. So fuck both y'all. Milan Brooks is saying, no, thank you. I'm not signing that shit. So he's going to get a did not sign. And that's going to take us all the way down to Korkmaz already. Okay, Korkmaz. Let's see about this one. Montreal Korkmaz entertained 2 offers, one from Muncie and one from Vegas. Muncie offered 4. That's going to play good with 60 loyalty. By 1.5, yeah, his greed's pretty high. That's not much over. Here's the thing though: Vegas is a primo spot, 56.7. Vegas, primo spot, winner of the Legend Bowl. I mean, shit, actually, yours shouldn't even be that. Yours should be 13. But it doesn't even make a difference because it's on a 100-point scale, which 10 per victory, but whatever. So Korkmaz up here versus, let's see down here, 59.1. Let's see why. So Muncie squeaks out Korkmaz because they offered 2.25, whereas you only offered 1.5, same length of contract. Muncie had 5 wins last time. Muncie wins. Muncie wins on the offer satisfaction rating. So that got to be that 2.25 and that 75 greed. this formulas, they're all very complicated. I worked with, forgive me, but I worked with ChatGPT so that there was a little bit of mystery to me about this too. Um, Basically, I described a game theory and said, help me write a series of nested formulas to make this work. Um, they're like based on ratios. Um, yeah, you guys said do it. Okay, so anyways, Cork Maz is going to go to Muncie. Cork. I'll share these files with you guys so that you have them too. Wait a second here. Yeah, that's wait. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jake, I see your question. Yeah, man, writing formulas sometimes they pump out weird results and you have to come up with like that. Yeah, I don't know how deep into the weeds you want to get. Probably all the way would be my guess. I'm always up for making changes too. All right, next offer is Lanny Hill. There are two for Lanny Hill. The first one, Alberta, yeah, sorry, bro. He doesn't like your offers. First of all, he's expecting 1.72 and you offered only 1.7, so the um, the offer's automatically rejected. Yeah, just signing dudes. Me too, man. I feel you with that. Um, this one meets the threshold of 50, so Vegas signs Lanny Hill. Okay, next one is Armand McDermott. McDermott, that offer is just automatic. That one doesn't. He didn't like it. There was only one for McDermott. Let's look at why he didn't like it. 1 year deal is definitely the issue. Yeah, 5 year deal takes care of it. 1 year deal doesn't. McDermott, and that's based on he's obviously got a higher like double size loyalty at 69 than the other ones. So that's that. That's just a rejected deal. McDermott says no, thank you. I will stick around for another one. I bet he takes it in round two. Timmy Bell. Timmy Bell also didn't like this deal. Same issue, really. I mean, 99 loyalty, 86 winner. Vegas has got that taken care of. 42 greed. It's really this is really about a short contract mismatch for a player that has high loyalty. So it wasn't. It was close. Honestly, it was just 2 points away, and that's a testament to Vegas just being a good ass team. But Timmy Bell is a no thank you on round one offer for Vegas. Alberta's Sheldon Archer. There's some Sheldon. Oh yeah, toaster bath. God, don't do that. Rare. It's not funny to joke about those things. You know that. Yeah, this is like, what would you describe this? Low energy. Yeah, Sheldon Archer. Uh, Alberta, yeah, man. You, I'm sorry. You just he's got a 78 winner, and you suck this year. Um, Stick with it. It's gonna get better. Don't be like Rare. It's gonna get better. Um, but this is it's a tough day. This Korkmaz I think was rejected. Yeah, what happened to Korkmaz? No, Korkmaz went to Muncie. Yeah, down here. Color coding is helpful. If I'm not mistaken, Alberta just like nobody wanted to sign with you right now. Like they're just gonna hold off and wait to see if a team with that's better picks them up. Uh, you know, go back to the rules. They're gonna be cheaper, and then this is important. There's no minimum satisfaction rating in round three, so like the satisfaction rating was designed to give the players like a they got to really like the deal in round one. That starts to fade out by round two, and then by round three, they just really want to play. So by round three, it's just the team with the best offer, really. So I think by the time we get to round three, um, most teams will have kind of finished off what they were doing. All right. I think Blair Valdez, Alberta. Sorry, Cleb, but Valdez doesn't want to sign with you either. 50 greed, they don't really care about going to a winning team so much. They don't really care about a long contract. They do care about money. And um, bottom line there is that you didn't offer enough to make up for having to play for Alberta. So that is a rejected. Don't worry, Alberta's going to come through in round two. I just know it. Remaining offers, we got Wichita with Amik Warren. Warren had two offers. One 3 years, 6 million. Um, did try to use the signing bonus. That's what the green cells here mean is that that team wanted to use a signing bonus. Uh, Close to being accepted, but in the end, didn't meet the threshold. Green Bay, on the other hand, they're yeah, it's just got to be winner. Like that's got to be the driving factor of this decision because Amik Warren essentially said, "I'm going to take less money to play for a better team," and because greed isn't important to Amik Warren, he's only got a 17. He doesn't really care about a huge contract. He wanted to play for a winning team. And all things created equal in that case, Amik Warren chose Green Bay. That's a snub, Wichita. On to Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken, the offers that you put in yesterday didn't they weren't they didn't meet the 50 threshold because we're down in this territory. A couple things wrong with this offer. One, he's got a high loyalty. You offered 1 year. Two, you offered less than his expected yearly salary. So he was saying if you want a 1 year deal, you got to pay him at least 9.38. He said no, thank you to that. Offer a 7.5. Seymour Evans, I think, may have felt disrespected by that offer. Gilman, I agreed. Um, you offered base salary, and he's got 85 greed. That's not going to do it for him. Just kind of, it looks like 10 and a half would have done it for him. But space offer, not so much. uh, all around me are familiar. Gears of War, man. I will always associate that song for better or worse. But that first Gears game was fucking awesome. Gilman says, nah, he says, pay me. Sheldon Archer? I thought Archer was already signed. That was close. Just not quite enough money, it looks like. Looks like he was looking for something in maybe the 5 million range. Um, what? Did Archer not sign? No, Archer did not sign. Well, Sheldon Archer is still out there for round two. All right. Alberta's Alfonso Romano. 70 greed, 29 winner. So he's not going to put the most weight on Alberta being a crap team. 49 loyalty. It's kind of like here nor there whether it's really long. This one is really about having a bigger contract. And again, I bet you that five, yeah, wow. Yeah, by the time you get up to five, he really likes that deal. Um, but he didn't like this one so much. He thought he was worth more money than this. Again, as free agency goes on, he might change his mind and just want to get on the field. But right now, Alfonso Romano is not in. Bernie Yarborough, I'm pretty sure that that is a Chicago hire in the end. Yeah, I think we already went over that. Uh, Taipei trying to sign Como. Taipei, that Como offer wasn't good enough. This is going to come down to a dude with high greed and not enough salary offered there. He's looking for more money than that. But right now, Yub Como says, nope, I'm not doing it. Levitt, Nyland Levitt. Levitt was only offered one deal in round one. Uh, it came from Taipei. That didn't do it for him. Taipei had 4 wins last season. It's not really about the money. He doesn't really care about a long contract. He was given a long contract and a little bit of money. He's kind of a blah personality, to be honest. Like all low loyalty, low winner, low greed. But either way, Nyland offer satisfaction rating of 37.84. Not a good enough deal. Might be good enough in round two. Not right now. By round three, as long as you meet what their minimum is, everybody's going to be saying yes to playing football. John Parker Flanagan. 2 offers on Flanagan. One from Taipei. No, one from Tennessee and one from Muncie. Tennessee offered 3 for 8.5, and Muncie offered 5 for 5 3/4. Um, Tennessee's got winner matters a little bit more in Muncie's favor. Um, Loyalty seems to be the one that made the difference here. Like if I look at this, oops, oops, what am I doing? Like if you take the um, the length of Tennessee's offer and you put that at a 5 instead of a 3, their satisfaction rating jumps all the way up to 70. So as near as I can tell, based on it looks like the difference here really was um, the length of the contract offer. So Flanagan is going to go to Muncie. 'Levitt, that one. Taipei. Oh, we already looked at that one. I need to write a rejected on there. All right. Taipei Kaiman Rosas. Rosas, he got real close to signing this deal. The threshold was 50 for offer satisfaction. Um, he got real close. Just not quite enough money, would be my guess. And, that 4 wins. So, to compensate for being not such a great team, you got to pay a little more, I guess, is how this sorts out. So that's a nope. Joe Fox, this one gets me. I saw this one come in, and Taipei is going to get Joe Fox. Joe Fox, former Big Wham. He was the backup to River Smith. Um, Drafted by Chicago, maybe prematurely. What's interesting about this one is Fox is he signed. He's going to have to play fullback. He will be a great fullback. He's strong. He's kind of on the edge of speed for a halfback, but as a fullback, I think he'll be pretty effective. And Joe Fox, he was definitely on my list. It's only me and Muncie that need, or it's only me and Taipei that need a halfback. And depending on what Taipei did, that would depend. That would decide what I did, which I won't tell you what I'm doing. But Joe Fox goes to Taipei. Okay, null. Taipei, sorry, null doesn't like your offer. He's asking for 2.5. You gave him 2.5. It looks like Null's biggest thing is he wants to play for a winning team, and you're just, you have 4 wins. So, all things considered equal, that's not a deal that he's willing to take right now. He's holding out for something better. Okay, we're almost done, actually. Believe it or not. Naseki, I think he got this one. Yeah, blew it out of the water. Jesus Christ, did you really offer 9? No, you offered 5.5. I think that. Hold on, let me go back and look at this. Oh, this is your. I see. You offered a bonus on this. Bonuses won't count against salary cap. I don't know. Just another little wrinkle. Give you the opportunity to kind of supercharge a deal. There's so much math in this that it's really kind of opaque how it works. Like the idea is built around the soft trades having an influence on how much somebody likes a deal. Um, there's a lot of variables trying to take somebody's loyalty, somebody's greed, and somebody's winner trait and turn them into the idea of a personality through, you know, 4 equations. And it comes out kind of making sense, but also, why exactly is a little bit confusing. And I think that's okay from like a game design stance. Like I think that the reality is that what you want is that you want variability and you want unpredictability and you want things that more or less make sense for players. Systems that people can live with the outcomes, I guess, is one way to say it. And in this case, Muncie used that uh, bonus to land Naseki. So, yeah, I agree, Beeves. I think that Muncie's back. Oops. And we will have to contend with them. Okay, Gage. Let's see if Muncie snagged Gage also. They did not. Not good enough. If I had to guess why, my guess on this would be it's related to not enough salary ask or not enough salary offer. I think that in round one, especially, players are really expecting bigger deals. They are, it's early in free agency. They are feeling their oats. They're not ready to jump at the first offer. That fades a little bit in round two, where the same amount of money in round one, their expectations have diminished. The same amount of money in round one will have a bigger impact in round two. Uh, but for now, Gage said no to Muncie. Corbin Bryant. Bryant is going to say yes. Man, that's an expensive ask, but his highest trade's loyalty. They offered him a long deal. He's got decent greed. They offered him 2.5 ish, a little under two, 1.75 million over the top of 5.5. So I mean that tracks. And then winner being the least important, and they're still basically a good team. The Corbin Bryant deal goes through. I just credited Muncie with the amount of wins that they had in the season before this free agency as the calculation for how their winner rating would come out, and winner ratings got quotes around it. Uh, Muhammad Elliott. Whoo, damn. That's the highest offer satisfaction rating of all of free agency. Dino Childers really liked Chicago, or really liked Vegas's big deal Chicago. That's wishful thinking. I lost on my wide receivers. Uh, Pittsburgh went all out on Fritz Lee Jones. They dropped their bonus, and that bonus was the difference in the end. Pittsburgh using the bonus on Fritz Lee Jones is 100% what landed Fritz Lee Jones um, to Pittsburgh. Is just enough. Just enough. And just being a little bit better team. You know, they had one more win than Chicago, two more wins than Chicago last year. Did they win in the playoffs? No, they lost. Did they? Did they play in the conference championship game? Yeah, they did. They had 9 wins, 8 in the regular season and 1 in the playoffs. All right. Muhammad Elliott. Elliott loves this deal. It's 5 years, $4 million. I just, I don't know. He just loves the deal. He's only looking for 2 million. You increase his salary 100%. Um, he doesn't really care about loyalty very much. So like, this is a ratio of that. It doesn't translate like directly, so it's proportionally valuable essentially. So the higher in proportion one soft trait is compared to the other proportions, those scores, so to speak, that you see in columns P on um, are calculated in proportion. So in this case, greed by far has the most weight on this score. And because greed has by far the most weight in this score, it's a very good deal to Muhammad Elliott. And Alberta, I think that your last offer of the day, if I'm remembering correctly from way back at the start of this stream, was rejected. Try again next time, Alberta. Stick with it. I, I think the meta here is that you're in Alberta, expansion team, um, 1 win last year, crazy owner, just nobody even knows where the headquarters are. There's whales involved, etc. Okay, well, Rare, I hope you feel better. Beeves, you are my nemesis. And Pittsburgh, screw you for taking away Fritz Lee Jones. I don't know what I'm going to do because of that. I think that I have a plan, but I'm going to have to be patient. And if it doesn't work out, you put me in a situation where I might not want to run the greatest show on turf anymore because there'll be a big gap between my wide receivers 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going 3-4. We picked up, we got our guy, we got our guys on defense. Our offense, man, all this Air McCarthy crap, it's just not panning out. All right, I'm gonna sign off. I think that's that. I'll take all the stones tomorrow for creating an unfair system that disproportionately punished Klepp for joining the club. Uh, sorry, Clep. I really am sorry. All right, that's that. I'm out. I'm gonna update sheets and then I'll post back and do the next round. Um, I want to post sheets and everything beforehand though, so it probably won't be until late. I might leave it open 2 days because Fred, man, Fred, Fred didn't Fred didn't post. He told me he wanted Fritz Lee Jones. He DM'd me. He said I want Fritz Lee Jones, but I got to work and I might miss it. I don't think it would have made a difference. I don't think he would have beat out Pittsburgh. I think that Pittsburgh had the bee's knees on that deal. Unfortunately, my other nemesis. Muncie might be my nemesis after all this. Anthony coming through, picking up big in free agency. All right. Peace up, A Town down. Peace up, P Town down. A up, P Town down, if you know what I mean. A in the air all day, baby.